Hi Pisces, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy. So this month, we're back with the eclipses. We have an eclipse in Gemini, a lunar eclipse on November 30th, which is going to be carried over into most of December and possibly for 6 months until the next eclipse. And then we have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is a new moon. And that's on December 14th. And then we have, on the 21st, the solstice, Jupiter and Saturn coming together in Aquarius at 0 degrees. And that represents a major shift in energy and bringing in a new cycle, ushering in a new age. So the energy will be lighter. We're moving from earth to air. And we should feel a change. There should be a shift in the energies around this time. And then we end the year with a full moon in Cancer on the 29th of December. And that is positive to your sign. So let's see what the cards say. What are the eclipses going to bring for Pisces for the month of December 2020? What does Pisces need to know for December 2020? What is coming up in terms of love, career, relationships, life? What does Pisces need to know for December 2020? Okay, let's see what we get. The World. The Queen of Swords. The Four of Wands. The Devil. The Chariot. The Emperor. The Six of Cups, the King of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the card at the bottom of the deck, the Strength card. Okay, so let's see. We have the World, crossed by the Queen of Swords. So the World is, you're completing a cycle this month. And something is coming to completion, something is ending. And it doesn't have to be ending in a negative way. It could be an ending as in a culmination. You know, you're completing something and now you're ready to take it to the next level. And everything seems to be falling into place, falling together. Something that's been taking a lot of your time is coming to an end. And the Queen of Swords energy, that could be you, or you could be dealing with an air sign. If it's you, you're using logic to see what the next step is. Okay, where do I go from here? The Queen of Swords energy, you might be in kind of a protective mode with your guard up. Being more discriminating this month, you know, being more... just analyzing things more instead of letting yourself be ruled by your heart and your emotions. You might be using your logic and your head to make decisions. In the past, you have the Four of Wands. This is a good card. This is success, stability, security. Sometimes it can mean marriage. And the Devil card is an influence that has influence but it's passing. This is a card of desire, sometimes addiction or obsession. If something has had a hold on you and you felt hard to break free of it, this influence is passing. So you might be being released from some type of relationship that's had a hold on you, or some idea or obsession. You might be dealing with someone with the Strength card here that has anger issues or issues around, you know, going to extremes of emotions. So maybe you're in a relationship, because sometimes the Devil can mean a codependent relationship where you're doing a lot of giving but you're not getting back, or you might be trying to save someone or putting a lot of energy towards something that's not serving you, and it's hard to break free. Coming up in the future, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of victory and movement, but it's also a card of scattered energies. So you may have to make a decision about where to place your energy. If you've been wasting your energy on things that are not healthy for you, you might have to start focusing in a different direction and being more disciplined and more discerning about where you give your love to, where you give your time and energy to. The Emperor card is in the future. This is a card, if this is a person, well, it can mean, if it's a person, it could be someone who's very stable, very strong, very organized, very dependable. So that could be someone coming into your life, and you might be leaving behind someone who's just been a drain on your energy. The Emperor is also a card of where you're taking charge of your life. You're being the executive of your life. This is a card of the leader, the executive, the CEO, someone who wants to build something solid and steady, someone who is very disciplined. So maybe you're tapping into that energy because you want to create that for yourself. You want to get a grip on your life instead of, if you've been drifting, or if you're in a relationship, if you have been in relationships with people that you couldn't depend on, now you're looking for something different. You're looking for someone that has got their stuff together, who knows what they want and knows where they're going. The Six of Cups is here, so you could be reconnecting with someone from the past, or you're healing from the past. Six of Cups can mean healing from the past and making the future better, learning lessons from the past, so it's like you're not going to repeat the pattern. And the Six of Cups means also moving into a more harmonious future. So things are going to be improving. If you do, you could be meeting up, you could be reconnecting with someone from the past, and this time around making it better. Or if you meet a new person, it could be someone that you've had a past life connection to. If someone from the past shows up, though, I think you're going to be a little bit skeptical about it, not trusting it, because it's in your fear sector. In your environment, you have the King of Wands. So this could be someone that you're dealing with this month. The King of Wands could be a fire sign. Someone who's very outspoken, very bossy, at times can be bossy, not afraid to speak their mind, but they're also a good leader, a good mentor. You could learn a lot from this king. Maybe you're partnering with this king on some project, or you're being invited, because the Page of Cups is here in your wish fulfillment sector. And I feel like that's a page is a message. So the message could be a message of love. It could be also the message of a new creative project. But I think with this Five of Cups here, I feel like it could be also that someone from the past might come back. Someone maybe you've separated from, or you've lost contact with. Someone may be coming back into your life, wanting to reestablish a connection. Because the Five of Cups is a card of regret, disappointment, crying over spilt milk. So it could be that someone, either you or the other person, feels bad about how things ended. If you ended a relationship and they want a second chance, they may come back wanting to redo. They might be wanting to work things out or try again. So then it's up to you. Because you have this World card, you may have already, decided, I'm done. And now I'm going to be a little bit more discerning about who I get involved with and who is in my inner circle. So you may want to really think it over and see if this person is sincere. On the other hand, with the Five of Cups, the relationship has potential. It's not a complete... if you've had some instability in a relationship, you can patch things up if you focus on the good qualities and the positive things instead of focusing on everything that went wrong and seeing the good side of the person. At the same time, you don't want to get involved in another codependent type relationship. You want it to be more give and take, equal give and take, or as much. You want the other person to put in as much as you are, to care as much as you are, to put in the work, because you are looking for stability. You don't want some fly-by-night thing. So it's possible, and you don't want to be obsessed where you can't see clearly, because with the Devil card, there's a lot of strong physical attraction. So you might have been just guided by chemistry and not compatibility, not true compatibility. But in any case, I feel like you could be getting a message from someone who wants to reconnect in December. And then it's up to you, as with the Queen of Swords energy. Do I want to drop my guard and let this person in? Do I want to be a little bit more independent? You know, because with the Queen of Swords energy, you're acting like, I don't need anyone. I can handle it. You know, you really have to prove yourself to me before you can get into my good graces again. Because the Queen of Swords has been hurt, and she's built a wall around herself to protect herself. And you know, if this person is offering you something, the King of, like the Emperor, something solid, something stable, if this person is got their stuff together, like I said, then it's fine. But if it's the same old from the past, you don't want to repeat the pattern. So learn your lesson from the Six of Cups. Don't repeat the same mistakes. But if you can change things for the better, you might be able to do that as well. But you have to use that discernment, that logic. Don't let your heart rule your head this time. So let's see. What does the astrology have to say? So the lunar eclipse is falling in your 4th house. 4th and 10th. So it's hitting home and family and career and public life. So something may have come to light around family and home and also your career. Something may be completing. Maybe you're completing a career path, or you're completing, you're finishing up some type of karma with home or family, or there might be some endings, some new beginnings, you know, time to put something to rest. Maybe you're ending a career path or a life path. Venus is in the 9th, and it's opposing Uranus in the 3rd. So you could have some unexpected communication with a family member or who's at a distance. It could be a sibling, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, you know, immediate family. Maybe you're reconnecting with family that you've been estranged from. Mercury is in your 9th house, and it's sextile Saturn and Jupiter in the 11th. So some dream or goal is coming to fruition, completion. It's been a lot of work, and but it's also brought abundance and opportunity. And you might be signing some type of contract with the 9th house, or getting messages from afar, and that has something to do with, maybe you're getting involved in something with teaching, learning, spirituality, religion, long distance travel. Maybe you're connecting with people from around the globe. You might be publishing something. You might be writing with the 9th house. And it's because Mercury is sextile Jupiter and Saturn. I feel that it's a positive influence, that you could create something solid and stable that brings in opportunities and abundance and stability. Mars is traveling through your 2nd house in Aries. It's been there for the past 6 months, back and forth, going retrograde and forward. So your financial situation has been a little bit challenging. Your expenses may have been rising. You've had to really take action about how to manage your money, how to also take action on self-esteem issues and value issues. Like, what do I value? Where am I spending my time and money? Am I getting what I'm worth? Am I getting paid what I'm worth? And if not, I may need to fight for what I deserve. fight for what's right for me, you know. If I'm not getting the love and the money that I need, you may have to take action to change things. Then we have a new moon, the solar eclipse. This is a total eclipse, and that's happening in your 10th house. So a new beginning in career or life path. It's the sun and moon and Mercury all in the 10th house. So messages coming in. Sometimes the solar eclipse can eclipse a male figure from your life. But in any case, it means you could have a new career opportunity or take a new direction with your life. And with Mercury there, Mercury has to do with sharing of ideas, communicating, writing. In Sagittarius, you might be sharing your wisdom in some way that you've accomplished over the years, and maybe you're even writing a book or writing some kind of writing project, some type of communication project. And the sun, moon, and Mercury are trining Mars in your 2nd house. So maybe as a way to bring in extra money, you're creating some kind of internet presence, or you're writing a book to bring in extra money, or getting involved in some type of communication project that's going to help your finances and help your self-esteem, help you feel more confident, reestablish yourself. Venus is in the 9th house, sextile Saturn and Jupiter in the 11th. So you could be reconnecting with groups that are wanting to help the world in some way, or some type of project that has a global connection, or it has ties to education, higher education, or spirituality again. You might even feel like traveling with Venus in the 9th to a beautiful place, someplace you haven't been, that you've always wanted to go. Or you could be connecting with someone. If you're having a romance with someone, Venus could represent if there's love, you might meet someone while you're traveling. Or this person could be from a different culture than you, different belief system than you. Pluto is in the 11th also, so you're dealing with powerful people. You're transforming your friendships and the groups that you belong to, or you're wanting to join a group of people that are very powerful, that are wanting to help society in some way and transform things for the benefit of all. Neptune's in your 1st house, and it's squaring Mercury in your 10th house. So if you're signing any contracts that have to do with career, or if you're involved in anything that has to do with communication, just make sure that you're reading the fine print and that you are being understood, because sometimes Neptune square Mercury, there can be confusion in communication where you're trying to say something and you're not knowing, people aren't getting you, or you're not being understood. Or if someone might be handing you some kind of exaggerated story, you have to discern what's true and what's not. So someone may be promising more than they can deliver, or Neptune is deception or confusion. And sometimes Mercury square Neptune could even be either gossip or lying. So just make sure that don't react if you hear gossip. Go to the source. Find out what's really going on. And if you're trying to sign a contract, read the fine print. Make sure you understand everything that's happening. Jupiter and Saturn are going to be coming together. They're moving out of Capricorn. And they're going to be moving into Aquarius. And that's going to be in your 12th house. It's going to be on the solstice. So this could be a new cycle where you really go deep into your psyche. The 12th house and Jupiter is really at home in the 12th house. It's about finishing up old karma, releasing baggages, psychological blocks, going deep into finding out how do I self-sabotage, and I want to turn over a new leaf. I want to have you're like preparing for rebirth. The rebirth won't happen until these planets move into the 1st house. But for now, it's a good time to go and do the work. Do that shadow work. Go deep in the unconscious. Just clean out the cobwebs of your unconscious mind, and remove exorcise those demons and release any kind of baggage, finish up old karma, just clear the decks, get ready for the new cycle. This is a great time for self-work, self-healing. Then we have the full moon in Cancer, and that's happening on the 5th house, and the sun is in the 11th house with Mercury. So you may hear from a friend, a friendship, or even a relative, because you have Uranus in the 3rd house. It could be someone that you haven't heard from in a long time that contacts you out of the blue, or you have a new, something, gets revealed with the full moon. With Cancer, it's a very emotional moon. So you might need to feel nurtured. Something, the 5th house could even be a child. You hear from a child, or you find out you discover something about a child, or a creative project comes to completion at this time. But whatever it is, the Cancer is about home and family and self-care. So in the 5th house, maybe you need to have some fun and do something creative as a means of self-care. Venus is still in the 10th, and it's conjunct the South Node, and it's opposing the North Node in your 4th house. So what that's telling me is maybe your focus has always been on career and getting ahead and making a name for yourself. And now, with the North Node in the 4th house, maybe you need to turn your attention to home and family and to creating that nurturing environment. Maybe you've been neglecting your roots, your base, creating that home, that sanctuary. So you might be spending energy doing that. Or you might realize that at the full moon in Cancer, like, who are my tribe? Where's my tribe? Where is my family? Maybe I need to reestablish family ties and focus more on the family and less on the career. Mars in your 2nd house will be squaring Pluto in the 11th house, so there could be some conflict around money and the goals, what you're trying to achieve. So maybe you're wanting to do something, but you may not have the money, or the expenses might be high, or you might have misunderstandings about money, arguing with powerful people in power who hold the purse strings, because Pluto is like, power, manipulation, power struggles. So there might be some butting of the heads around financial issues with a friend or a group that you belong to. There might be some conflict around money. Neptune is in the 1st, and it's squaring Venus in the 10th. So again, you might become disillusioned with some life goal or career path that you've always been on, and want to focus your energy more on family. Maybe you want to turn to something more creative. Now, you might want to turn your energies, because Venus is about art and beauty and music and the creative arts, designing. So if you haven't had a chance to do any kind of self-express, anything that has to do with art or creativity, maybe now you'll have a chance to do that. With Neptune and Venus contacts, you could be really inspired and come up with really beautiful ideas. If you try, even if you just do it as a hobby. I just feel like you need to do something that feeds your soul right now. And that will be nurturing to you with the full moon in Cancer. It's a good way to end out the year. With all these aspects to Uranus, this could be a very emotional and surprising full moon. So maybe you're going to be revisiting emotions that you had kept hidden for a while, or you didn't want to deal with, and that they may come out. Especially if someone from the past contacts you and you revisit the past. And especially with the 5 of Cups, you could have some regrets about decisions that were made. But you still have the potential to make things better, to make things right. So don't cry over spilt milk. What's done is done. But you can fix something, and you could do it better this time around. You could turn over a new leaf, start a new cycle, and get on the right path and make things more stable and create a life that's more nurturing this time around. So that's my forecast for December, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this this reading. If you did, click on the like button. Click on the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box and we can do a reading based on your personal situation. In the meantime, I want to say thank you everyone for supporting this channel, for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I enjoy reading all the comments and I appreciate your support. And if you're celebrating this December, happy Solstice, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating, have a wonderful, safe and healthy holiday season. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.